since Trump lost the 2020 election, the Republican Party has been squarely focused on making it harder for you to vote. Nowhere was that kind of more apparent than in Georgia when Brian Kemp passed a voting restrictions bill that really galvanized both his base and progressives who are interested in protecting voting rights.
I think there's this conception out there that like Brian Kemp, like, oh, well, like he didn't oppose Trump in 2020, the false claims about, him actually maybe winning Georgia, ergo he must be, some like shiny beacon from democracy. The reality is like he passed the most draconian voting rights law in Georgia history, in a state that has and as a Southern state, there's a long history of draconian voting rights laws. 1 million Georgians were thrown off, were thrown off the rolls. As Secretary of State, the role that he had prior to being governor, he pursued many of those same policies. So on everything from discriminatory voting ID laws, now to like taking people who are actually registered to vote, throwing them off the rolls. Like you have a guy here who is not a champion for democracy by any stretch of the imagination.
And the ban on giving out food and drink to people in line, and many of them will be people of color or poor people waiting in line in places where there are fewer early voting locations or fewer polling places. There's an level of calculated cruelty in that act, which is quite shocking.
At American Bridge, we're holding Republicans accountable. Subscribe and join the fight.